We need to stop treating distractions like emergencies, because I realized recently that I've been doing exactly that. I used to rush my prayers so that I could listen to new music when it first came out. If my favorite artist was dropping an album at 9 p.m. on a Thursday, I'd make sure that my prayer time was done before that. Not because God came first, but because I didn't want to miss the big release. And in the morning, I'd either listen to the music before I prayed or rush through the prayer just to get back to the music. And I realized something recently. I was treating music like an emergency and God like a task. And that's when it hit me. I had confused urgency with dependency. Not everything that feels urgent actually matters. Urgency is emotional. Dependency is spiritual. Urgency screams, "You need this now." Dependency whispers, "You actually need this to live." And I realized something uncomfortable. I had trained my brain to feel like music was urgent and God was optional. Here are a few things I realized once I started thinking about this differently. The first thing is urgency is often artificial. An album release feels urgent because everyone is talking about it. But the truth is that the music will still be there tomorrow, and next week, and next year. But the time we spend with God today is something we never get back. And more importantly, that time shapes who we become. I want to be a man who fears God and keeps him at the center of my life. That doesn't mean we can't love music, but music can't supply what only God can give. Second thing is dependency reveals your priorities. Whatever you feel like you need first thing in the morning reveals what your heart actually depends on. For many people today, it's their phone, social media, validation, dopamine. For years, music filled a space in my life that only God was meant to fill. And now I'm reconstructing that way of living. The third thing is idolatry can look innocent. Music isn't evil. Art isn't evil. But when something starts competing with God for your attention, it becomes an idol. Growing up, I didn't have a relationship with God. Music became my comfort, my identity, my escape. And in a lot of ways, music became my God. The fourth thing, delayed gratification rewires the heart. Last night, an album from a certain artist dropped at 9 p.m. And instead of rushing my prayer time, I just let the album wait. Then this morning when I woke up, I did the same thing. I did my prayer first with my coffee and then a sermon. And you know what surprised me? I didn't feel deprived. I felt peace. And the last thing, dopamine versus God. Music gives dopamine, but dopamine always runs out. You always need another song, another album, another hit. But with God, there's no limit to the peace that He gives. The world runs on dopamine cycles. God offers endless peace. The music didn't disappear. The album didn't disappear, but something changed in me. I stopped treating temporary things like emergencies and started treating God like the priority He actually is. And honestly, the peace feels better than any album could ever feel. So ask yourself this: what's something in your life that feels urgent, but probably isn't? Ask yourself, can this wait? Because if it can wait, it probably wasn't urgent. And there's always room for improvement. We just have to be willing to confront the truth. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.